Rich from Rich TV Live. Hope you're all having a great day today, wherever in the world you're watching. So the big news today is that the Fed cuts benchmark rate by 0.5 point in a rare intermeeting move due to the coronavirus. The Federal Reserve on Tuesday cut interest rates as a result of the risk of the coronavirus in a statement. The Fed said it decided to cut its benchmark federal funds rate by 0.5 point to a range of 1% to 1.25%. While the fundamentals are strong, a rate cut was necessary in light of the risk to economic activity from the COVID-19, the Fed said. The central bank also trimmed the discount rate. So this is pretty big news that is trending everywhere, and because of that, the markets are green, but they're still under a lot of selling pressure. What do you guys think of this news? Pretty big news. It is the biggest news of the day that is sweeping all over the markets. Big rate cuts, which is what Trump wanted. He thought that that's what we needed. He thought that this needed to be done in order to combat the coronavirus, and that's what they've done. Good morning, Lufer Booms. Shell says Robinhood is done for. What, is Robinhood not working again? That's crazy, man. They got to get their shit together. Why is Robinhood having so many troubles? What is their problem exactly? Well, I don't understand what their issue is. So the markets are having a very interesting day today. Robinhood is down for 2 days in a row. Why? What is it like? What is their issue? What are they saying? Why are they down for 2 days in a row? So what's happening today is gold is screaming up, and gold stocks are doing well, and markets are kind of mixed, but they are more green than red, but kind of mixed. And coronavirus stocks, for the most part, are actually retracting today. Wow. On a positive, though, Valens is having a big day. They're up to 324 now. Excited about that. Baby's having a good day. That are $1.08. I'm excited about that. Just not that excited about my coronavirus stocks that I bought yesterday, but it's only day one, so that can change. But excited to see Valens doing well. Wow, yeah. All coronavirus stocks headed down today. CODX down 15%. APDN down 17%. ALT down 17%. AIM down 20%. TOMZ down 22%. IBIO down 23%. RTTR down 28%. DXR down 23%. NCNA is up 20%. QGEN is up 14%. Bills Ignite International is up 8%. Grill Muscle Maker Inc. up 7%. Valens up nicely, 3.5%. $3.25. Baby up 2%. What else is up today? I know Tesla was up early on. Let's see. Yeah, Tesla's up 5% today. They're doing well. Wow, Namaste's up nicely today. So Namaste's up today, and Dan Balzerian's company, Bills, is up nicely today. So definitely Namaste and Bills, I would keep them on your watch list, keep them on your radar. They seem to have a big day today. Just looking at all the markets. How you guys doing today? Is there anything you guys want me to look at? Lufer Boom says the rate cut is good for now, but Corona is going nowhere. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see the coronavirus getting better anytime soon either. Burgo King says, yep, rate cut, half point. Yeah, and Trump's been pushing for this, so this is something that they really needed due to the fact that the coronavirus is spreading all over the world. Michelle asks, what do you think of the Cron issues? Yeah, Cron, so many of these companies are just having problems, guys, and they're not what I thought they were. So I would be careful with Cron. I would stay away from them. Not being able to report their financials properly, saying that they need to get a professional to go through their books and look at their numbers again before they report. That's not good. That's not good at all. So I'd stay away from Chronos Group personally right now. I'm not too bullish on them after the news that I heard about them. I'd also stay away from Tilray. I would not touch them. I'd stay away from them after their report yesterday. I thought the report was very weak. I thought that their leadership sounded weak on the phone. And you could see here, Tilray is down 12% right now at $13.38. And I believe this is the lowest that Tilray has ever been. Pretty sure this is the lowest that Tilray has ever been in its history. So if you wanted to get into Tilray, this is the lowest it's ever been. But wow, Namaste is flying today. What a day for Namaste. What a day for Namaste. Interesting to see Namaste and Bills working together. I think it goes to show that Namaste is not going anywhere. And I think it also goes to show that Dan Balzerian's got some tricks up his sleeves with Bills. And it's funny because before they announced the deal with Namaste, I was going to do a video on Bills because I thought it was a buy. And here it is now, and it's starting to go up. So I wish I talked about them when they were at $1. Now they're already at $1.20. I'm probably going to do a video on that news later on because I think it is big news and it's clearly affecting the market. So probably do a video on that Namaste Bills news later today after this news. But yeah, I'd stay away from Cron, stay away from Tilray, stay away from companies that are having issues, having problems. Stay away from companies that are having issues and having problems. It's never going to turn good. So I'd stay away from that altogether. Andreo says, half point cut. They are just throwing the problem down the road instead of letting it take its course, making things worse, if you ask me. Well, they have to do something, right? You got to understand this coronavirus is taking over the whole world. It's affecting the market. It's affecting businesses. China's the largest economy in the world, and the largest economy in the world has essentially been shut down, starting to slowly get back to business, but not really. So they had to do something. So if they had to cut rates in order to boost the economy and strengthen the economy, then I think it's a good move. You got to do whatever you got to do, and you got to use your tools and resources in order to protect the economy because it affects everything. And there's people that are not going to work right now. There's people that are dying. There's people that are sick. There's people that are afraid of leaving their homes. So you need to have a strong economy. You need to have a strong stock market to give people hope. And by cutting their rates, obviously the markets are responding pretty strong today. The markets are green. So far it's working. Is it a Band-Aid? Of course it's a Band-Aid. But, when you're bleeding, you need a Band-Aid. So right now the markets are struggling. And this is what they did to boost the markets. And as you can see, the Dow Jones is up. S&P 500 is up. The NASDAQ is up. Not a lot, but it's not like yesterday where it was screaming up, but they're up. The global Dow is up nicely, 3.5%. 101 points. Gold is screaming at 1633, 2.43% or 38.7 points. Gold being the safe haven, that's where people are going right now. Oil is up 2.5%, $1.17. So gold seems to be the beneficiary of this. And gold prices are rallying as the Fed beneficiary of this. And gold prices are rallying as the Fed announces a surprise interest rate cut. So yeah, Tilray took a $112 million impaired charge. So that definitely didn't help them. Steven says, going to be a different type of market in the next year or so. I agree with you. Lampaco says, ride the green wave. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quantitative easing and stimulus that's coming from government bodies all over the world. And I believe that this will continue because remember, the money that we work for every day, it's printed. So what's to stop these governments from printing more? Stimulating the market. I mean, it's a big game, guys, and they just have to print it. Andrea says, I understand your point, but we will have a crash. And the longer they hold everything up, the worse it will be when it comes. People are already holding back on pending. I think you mean spending. Historically, the markets, even when they crash, they just go right back up. So I'm not too worried about the market crashing. If the market crashes, it will go back up. Historically, the market just goes higher because the rich need to put their money somewhere, and they're going to continue to put it in the market. Yeah, I keep hearing that Robinhood is not working. I don't know what that is. If that's a hack, I have no idea what's going on with Robinhood, but clearly they're having issues. Does anybody know why they're shut down? Are they communicating with their community of shareholders, investors? Because yeah, if you can't use your account and stocks are up and you can't sell, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal, but you know, they're a unicorn, they're a billion-dollar company. So there's going to be problems with these companies as they grow, and it could be hacking, could be a number of different reasons why it's not working. Gregory says, what's up, Rich? Greetings from the Netherlands. How you doing in the Netherlands, my friend? Are you guys worried about the coronavirus in the Netherlands? Marshall Hunter says, not programmed for leap year. That's the reason why Robinhood is shut down? Because they weren't programmed for leap year? It's a weird reason. It's a very odd reason. So interesting day in the markets today. Coronavirus stocks are definitely going down. The markets have been fueled by a rate cut. Gregory says, no, we are not worried. Oh, it's good to see that you guys aren't worried in the Netherlands. That's good. Thank you for your feedback. Look at immunoprecise antibodies, IPATF. Thank you for the pick. I'll pull it up right now. IPATF. IPATF at 54 cents. Let me see if I can show you guys some more picks that are popping right now. I know that there was some members sending me picks first thing in the morning about picks that were moving. GNMIK. GNMIK. Genmark. So guys, GNMK, Genmark at $4.87 is up 38%. Thank you, Jeff Nowak, for that pick. And I believe there's more picks here. That's the beautiful thing about being live, guys. I'm literally just giving people shout outs while they're sending me picks on YouTube. People are sending me picks on YouTube, and I'm sharing them with you guys. What else? MTP. This is Jeff Nowak as well. MTP. He's saying it's flying. Mitatech Pharma. Up 8.5%. Is this the right pick? MTP. MTP. I don't see it up like that, but I might be missing something. Well, it's up 8%. That's what I see. What else, guys? Is there anything else that's popping or moving that I should be talking about? Infinite Possibility says, breaking news, believe approved to sell in Alberta. Let's go, baby. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about Believe, bro. They've been a huge nightmare. Michelle Clark says, why not cut rates? Wealthy foreigners and weak countries have to put their money somewhere. They are throwing their money at the USA market. Why should the USA market pay them rates? Hey, man, if that's what you got to do to fuel a market that is under serious downward pressure due to the coronavirus, then do it. It's a tool you have at your disposal. Why not? Andrea says, we had a golden cross on the XRP daily a few days ago. I think it will go to around 43 in the short term before it comes down again. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Ripple anymore. The only crypto that I like is Bitcoin. It's the only one. I mean, hey, I wish you luck with your Ripple. Michelle Clark says, hi, everybody. I was thinking of Robinhood for trading, but Rich suggested to me other platforms, including TD Ameritrade. I chose Ameritrade a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I wouldn't trade with Robinhood personally, but that's just me. Michelle says, is Afria struggling because of other companies' futures? I thought the last few earnings reports were good. I think the entire cannabis sector is just down. It's a bear market. And eventually when the bear market turns bull, you'll see companies like Afria explode. But right now, they're going down with the ship because everybody's down. Steven says, let's smash that like for our captain. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes, guys. Eugene Michael says, let's talk about how Robinhood is jammed up for 2 days in a row. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Mitchell Lucas says, INO. Yeah, INO is doing well today. One of the few coronavirus stocks actually doing well today. Samuel says, baby went down, but back up. Gopa32 says, baby YF is resilient. Yeah, I own shares in baby now. I want to get more. Waiting for a pullback. So we'll see how it goes. Eugene Michael says, missing some real big plays, Rich. I bet, man. I wouldn't be at Robinhood, guys. I honestly, no fee trading is going to come with negatives, right? You're not going to see those types of things happen with TD Bank, RBC, CIBC, Bank of America, US Bank, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, Quest Trade. You're not going to see that happen. But Robinhood, no fee trading. You're going to have those types of issues with those types of discount brokers. Steven says, yeah, what's up with Afria? Just a beatdown. I think they're just going down like everybody else. Beats says S&P going to close red today. I don't know. They just cut rates by half a point. So everything, it's barely green though. So yeah, it could. Everything is green right now, but the thing that's really screaming is gold. Gold is now at 1640. So gold stocks looking good right now. Gold is definitely looking good. But these markets are crazy right now. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows where anything's going to go right now. These markets are nuts. This is the time in the markets where it feels more like a casino than ever before. Good, Max. Michelle Clark says Gilead was mentioned in the U.S. Senate just now as working on the virus. Yeah, Gilead is one of the leaders working on the virus, and they're one of my top 10 picks for March 2020. Infinite Possibility says get a broker you trust. I agree. Mitchell Lucas says INO is working on a vaccine. Analysts give it 40% upside. Yeah, I like INO as well. Pete says, how long do you think for cannabis stocks to finally explode? Well, it's been a year, so could be any day now, to be honest with you. Samuel says, Elon says he likes Dogecoin. I never heard anything about that. Where did you hear that? Infinite says, I think Believe will explode. I don't know, man. Believe has been a huge disappointment, bro. I don't know what you see in that company out of all the companies, but I hope you're right, man. Max Power says, I was in Canna Cabana in Halton yesterday. A lot of ACB and Afria vape cartridges, vape pens, etc. Selling a lot of them. Xena swallows, they need to be sued. Yeah, Xena definitely has been a huge nightmare. Infinite Possibility says, cut your losses quickly on crap stocks. Lampaco says EMH is up 35%. Lufer Boom says this secret investor thing with Afria is very sneaky. There's obviously a lot of shorters trying to take aim at Afria, but I think it's just a buying opportunity. Max Power says biggest day in history for the Dow, almost 1,300 points, and the cannabis sector was in the red. Cannabis sector, scam sector. Yeah, cannabis sector, definitely not what we thought it was. Graziano says Valens is up, holding steady for cannabis. Yeah, and I've been buying Valens, and I told you guys about it, and I'm very happy with the results. Chris Valentino says, why is IBIO fall today on rising coronavirus concerns worldwide? Because the Fed pumped the market, and coronavirus stocks are just going down because the markets are going up. So I would be careful with coronavirus stocks. They're very risky. I took a risk on 4 of them. All 4 are down today. So I'm just going to wait, because I don't see the coronavirus just disappearing. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to wait and see what happens with those coronavirus stocks. I don't see a cure yet. So as long as I don't see a cure, I think that coronavirus stocks are going to have ups and downs, just like gold stocks are going to have ups and downs, and the broader market's going to have ups and downs. This market is very, very volatile right now. Infinite says, I see a diamond in the rough with Believe. Buddy, I think you're the only one, man. I think you're the only one, because all Believe has done is gone down. So they've really lost trust in anybody who's buying that stock. Samuel says it's on his Twitter and pronounced dog coin. I think he's calling them a dog. I don't know, he's calling them Dogecoin. I think he's calling them a dog because they're a piece of trash coin. Peter Morley says rate cuts are good in the short term for SPY, but ultimately we are heading lower. I don't know. I don't think that the markets can go much lower, because every time they go lower, they go higher. There's a lot of people saying the market's going to go lower, and then it just goes higher. What is happening with MacArthur Minerals? No idea, man. I haven't put my effort into them lately. They've been dead. Roy says, greets from the Netherlands. How you doing in the Netherlands, my friend? Why would you invest in coronavirus stocks? Do you even know what they do? Because coronavirus is the hottest topic in the world. And some of the companies that I invested in are listed on the World Health Organization website. And TOMZ right now is one of the vaccines being used in Korea. So, it's my money. I can invest in what I want. And I decided to invest in some coronavirus stocks. We'll see what happens. Today, they're down. Max Power says, I don't see cannabis sector exploding, if it even does, till a few years, 2022, 2023. It will explode. We just don't know when. Mitchell Lucas says, Cura, Cron have earnings soon. Cron just delayed their earnings, so Cron's a nightmare. Mitchell Lucas says, hold those CV stocks if you can. Yeah, I plan to hold them. Peter Volp says, EMH is on the comeback. Let's see, EMH. And if there's anything else popping, please let me know. Yeah, Emerald Health is up 26%. Interesting. Wow, baby's up to 112. Nice. Very nice. Valens at 325. Bills at 121, up 9%. And the Dow is now officially red, and the S&P 500 is now officially red. So this market is going nuts. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth right now. Max Power says it's all about revenue, EBITDA, profit, and until they produce large, no company's going to explode. And that's why I invested in Valens, because they're the closest, as far as I'm concerned, to being a profitable company. Eugene Michaels says Robinhood got an on-off button over there. Good looking with the info rich. I'm a switch up. I would switch up in a heartbeat. If I had money tied up and I couldn't trade, that would piss me off. Things are going good in the Netherlands, Roy. Thank you for your feedback. Hey Tree says, I think cannabis will have a crazy short-term down soon across the board. Typically, when the markets go down, cannabis goes up. If the markets crash, then cannabis could go up. Hey Tree says, and I've been a bear most of the time. It's been bear for a year now. David Fitzpatrick says, I'm holding it tight. Michelle Clark says, I am planning to divide my stocks up as some to trade and some to hold for a year and some for building up a large position. Every stock for a different purpose. I think that that's a smart strategy. Beat says, told you making my puts print tendies. Hope you win, man. I hope you win. I mean, these markets are dangerous, up and down, so be careful. I think ACB has been a huge nightmare. Michelle Clark asks, what is aftermarket trading? Are all stocks still trading after the market closes? Yes. IBIO traded all the way up yesterday, and then before the market opened, it was already down. So these markets are crazy, man. These are not normal markets. These are not, wow. So the Nasdaq's red, S&P 500's red, and the Dow's now red. What is going on here? So they cut the rates and the market's still going down. They cut the rates and the market's still going down. Be bullish for coronavirus stocks, though. Let's see if they're going to pull up. Tilray down 12%. Yeah, so pretty much all the coronavirus stocks that have been screaming for the most part are red today, with the exception of INO. INO, Inovio Pharma is up 18%. So congratulations to everyone who's taken advantage of INO. I know some of you hold that stock and they're doing extremely well. Now at $5.23, up 19%. Seems to be like they're climbing as this market goes red. Seems that coronavirus stocks are starting to move up a little bit. Michelle says, glad I don't play options. That's what's killing people on Robinhood. Do you see Apple paying $500 million in lawsuits for slowing down phones? No, I didn't see that. Wow. 500 million in lawsuits, but that's a chip. That's like it's nothing for them. Steven says, with you, Michelle Clark, I'm mainly MJ and gold for the long haul and play a few sideline stocks for fun. Max Power says, I'm just holding my shares for a few years, got no choice. Never, ever, ever sell in the red ever. Beat says, I think the rate cut indicated that the American government accepted a recession. Well, we're in a tough situation right now in the markets, that's for sure. Max Power says, rate cut wasn't going to do squat. Like we didn't know that would happen. David Fitzpatrick says, guys and gals, buy OGI at these prices and hold. Lifer Boom says, Costco is sold out all over Toronto. Is it really? It's not like that here in BC. People starting to go crazy over there? Fox Ultrafield says, Timothy Sykes and friends are now shorting Corona stocks. Beware. Those guys like the dangerous games, man. Steven says, LOL, buy any MJ stock and hold. Peter Morley says, I told you market is about to dump. Be careful out there. Michelle Clark says, Steven, I have a similar idea. I want a few sideline stocks as well. Gopa32 says, you should make a bull hat and a bear hat to wear. It's a good idea. I like that idea. Max Power says, I've been holding Xena for a year, now ACB and Afria for 4 months. Peter Morley says, if SPY breaks 304.75, watch out below. Max Power says, we were due for a recession for a while. Coronavirus just set it off. Steven says KBEV, baby, GBTC. I like all three. Max Power says it's normal in the north. People here in Vancouver are acting like it's no big deal. Beat says, by the way, Rich, have you seen Ianthus prices? I know it's dirt cheap. Can it even go any lower? I mean, that's the $1 million question. I have no idea. Eugene Michael says, and jam up a lot of people who are in Robinhood to not be able to make any plays because we're amateurs. That's brutal, man. I don't like that. Thank you guys for your likes, by the way. Harry says, what's your thoughts on Kronos asking for a 15-day extension and it being said that it will post losses after the internal review is done, which is focusing on bulk buying of resin plus improper accounting? I think it's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Harry says, Kronos trading as low as 545 today. I think it's going to go lower. Keo Cushion Trader says, hi, watching you from the hospital. Hey, how you doing, brother? Congratulations on your baby boy, man. Hope you and your family have the utmost of health and happiness with your new baby boy, my friend. Steven says, somebody save CanTrust. Yeah, CanTrust is running out of time, guys. It's not good for CanTrust. Everyone been saying rumors that they were going to get their license back. They don't got their license back, and this is not good for CanTrust. So I would stay away from CanTrust right now. Max Power is saying Kronos is going to crash the pot sector again. It's possible. It's not going to be good, that's for sure. M. Munir says, need patience for ACB. Virus will go down one day. Yeah, we'll find a vaccine. There's too many companies looking for a vaccine for us not to find a vaccine. Harry says, I appreciate that, Rich. Looking to buy 4,500 this week in it, and I'm feeling the reported losses may tank it below 5. I think that very likely. Native asks, I just joined analysis on Tilray's Q4. I thought it was terrible. Revenue went down from the previous quarter, reporting massive losses for the year, and just a lot of talk about how Health Canada is not opening up enough stores. So I wasn't impressed with it at all. Lampaco says, I sold the rest of my Kronos/virus shares. I just don't see why the virus shares should be sold when the virus is only getting worse. They don't have a cure, clearly. So I'm going to ride this virus until it goes away because I think it's only getting worse. I don't really believe all the media and all the news because I see it spreading all over the world. So I don't see why I would sell my coronavirus stocks when I think that they're only going to go higher. They're going to go down, they're going to have pullbacks, and they're going to have days where they go up, and they're going to scream. They're the hottest stocks in the world right now. So yeah, they're down right now, but that could just be creating a buying opportunity. Ricker says they canceled the National Products Expo that else was to debut in Anaheim in SoCal. That sucks. But I mean, you got to be safe, right? People don't want to be in large group events. This is the time where you're going to see a lot of cancellations until we figure this thing out, man. Nobody really knows how bad this is going to be yet. Peter Morley says the SPY is selling off and volume is picking up. Yeah, unfortunately. And yeah, the Dow is down now 253 points. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell says further G7 coordination is possible. Dow returns to negative territory with Fed press conference underway. So the Fed is doing the press conference right now. Market is falling. The only thing that's really strong right now is gold. Powell says hotel and travel contacts have been expressing concern about coronavirus. This coronavirus is going to continue to take headlines, guys. I don't see how it stops. Peter Vope says Emerald Health Therapeutics, Pure Sun Farms, and Village Farms settle all disputes. Well, that's good. I'm happy with RTI's report, but the stock's doing nothing. Max Power says chilling in Muskoka growing Gramps Breath Pre 98 Bubba Kush, Super Lemon, and Deep Purple. Google it. Michelle Clark says, I like Tilray. Haha, they are just having some growing pains, a long-term stock. I like Tilray too. But the report was weak. Peter Morley says, if SPY rejects at VWAP, which stands for volume weighted average price, it is going to sell off, buy nothing, and watch the show. Harry says you can get the virus on repeat and men have 2.7% mortality. Max Power says they probably canceled the Toronto Lift Pot Convention. I haven't heard that yet. Has anybody heard that? Max Power is predicting that the Dow will go down 600 points today. Hola, how you doing? Jack says it's the flu. Harry says, I think we're all hoping it doesn't get worse, but I work with an Italian steel supplier based in San Martino. I got an email and they were saying 5-day delays on material deliveries. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Michelle Clark says the International Olympic Committee had a super short press conference today saying that the Olympics have not been canceled. Wow. I'm not sure if I would go to those Olympics. I mean, I don't know, man. That's not going to be cool. Lufer Boom says all flights need to be canceled. I personally think they need a global travel ban. It's not going to happen because the travel industry is too big, but I can't believe that we're putting all of these people worldwide at risk. Meanwhile, all we had to do was do a global travel ban day one of the outbreak, and we wouldn't be in like 80 countries right now. But here it is, global travel, and the outbreak continues to grow. Max Power says, tell you coronavirus is going to make market crash. You can thank China for that. This virus didn't come from no bat or a chicken. It was created in a biohazard lab. Never trust China. Graziano says, Rich, did you live in the GTA? Yeah, I'm from the 6. I'm from Toronto. But I live in Vancouver now because I can't handle the cold I can't handle the cold winters. C says, so what's your take on the IMF and the World Bank stepping in to help small countries combat the virus? I think it's good. I think it's what is needed. And I think the whole world needs to work together to solve this problem. Max Power says, I wouldn't go to the Olympics. I wouldn't go to Asia at all. I won't even travel at all right now. Till this problem gets resolved, I'm not traveling. I don't care. It's not. I mean, I have to travel actually for something, so I might have to, but I don't want to. I don't trust it. I don't want to be on a plane with a bunch of strangers that might have the coronavirus. Just doesn't seem like a good idea. Lufer Boom says Shopify canceled their annual conference. Yeah, I think you're going to see more and more of that. Max Power says, yes, global travel ban is needed. They're stupid population control. Harry says, I'm scared because I'm headed to Utah for a backpacking trip from Ohio on the 9th. I broke my finger at Zion in August and was misdiagnosed by a garbage hospital called Intermountain. Wow. Max Power lives in Muskoka because he can't handle the city life. Harry says they couldn't even diagnose a volar plate fracture properly. They are in charge of the Utah coronavirus case. Literally told me to wiggle a broken finger. Wow. That's crazy. Max Power says, exactly, I'm staying in the north. Yeah, man, stay away from large populated areas. Graziano says, just wash your hands. Yeah, isn't that what Trump said before 6 people passed away? Just wash your hands. The healthy will be good. The healthy will be good. But what about all the unhealthy? Max Power says, how come India and Pakistan haven't got the virus? Strange. No, they have it. They just don't have huge outbreaks yet. Max Power says, Antarctica doesn't have it. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody there, right? So markets are crazy right now, guys. They are up and down and sideways. Wow, the Dow is now down 443 points. S&P 500 down 38 points. NASDAQ down 100 points. Wow, this is wild. These markets are just wild. These markets are absolutely wild. There's a lot of red today. Lots of red. Tesla was up and they just falling, like free falling. Only up 1% now. Valens was up big. They're starting to fall. Now they're only at 320. Delta 9 is up 7%. Bills is still up 9%. Baby is up 9%. QGEN is up 14%. Namaste is up. INO was up big, but it's starting to free fall. Now only up 15% at 506. Emerald Health up 28%. Genmark, GNMK up 31%. NCNA up 43%. These markets are wild right now. Wow, the Dow Jones is now down 527 points. Holy smokes. The market is crashing. Yeah, I like Baby, man. I now own some shares of Baby. I wish I got in earlier, but I just like the company. Max Power, you called 600 drop. It's like you psychic, bro, because it's 585 points right now. Like it's just dropping like a rock. Holy smokes. You want to buy some more Tesla? I want to see how low it goes. Jeff Nowak says, New York, a father of a student got the virus and they're going to close the school and spray it clean. High risk is people 50 years plus. I can post the figures. Please share. Harry says, I may take serious losses, but I'm putting around 20 to 30K in savings this year for a full-time move to Ukraine. I'm worried if I invest in crypto or pot stocks, I'll take a hit. It's so volatile. It's very volatile. Harry says, I'm confident we'll see it bounce back eventually, but I'm concerned about August/October being anything but red days. Why would you say that? Jeff Nowak says MTP was up over 500% and now it's tanking. I was looking at that pick and it was only up 8%. So I didn't see it. Excuse me, I didn't see the 500% move. I missed it. It must have been just like a quick pump and dump. Baby's up 10% right now. Weird, right? Everything's going down and baby's going up. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, but I like it. I'm happy about it. Valens was looking good too, but they're starting to come down a little bit. They were at 325. They were at 328. Now they're at 319. So a lot of selling pressure coming right now, all of a sudden, in the markets. A lot of selling pressure today in the markets. Lots and lots of selling pressure today in the markets. Very weird day in the markets today. First it was green, now we're red. We were almost 600 points. Now we're down 478 points on the Dow Jones, 1.79%. After a monster day yesterday, we're back in the red today. So these markets are crazy. These markets are probably the hardest time ever to invest in the stock market right now. Yeah, and Valens is starting to come down. So Valens was up. They're starting to kind of retract a little bit right now. A lot of stocks are. Samuel says the expo baby was going to attend has been postponed until April. I mean, yeah, you got to. I mean, nobody knows how this coronavirus is going to affect people. So more and more events are going to be canceled because people want to protect themselves, as they should. Beat says just see 5 days in a row. And how do you predict the buying opportunity? You don't know if it's going to go 8 days in a row. So then on Monday, we had a green day and big green day after 7 red days in a row. And now today it looks as though we're probably going to finish red despite a rate cut. Yeah, 555 points on the Dow right now. Fed's surprise interest rate cut gave stocks a jolt, but it was short-lived. So yeah, it didn't last long. So INO is doing very well today because they're speeding up the development of the coronavirus vaccine and plans human trials in the US in April. So INO is really leading the charge for coronavirus vaccines in America. That's why INO is doing so well today. Harry says, you feel the addition of experienced food industry minds at Aurora will result in long-awaited food beverage partnerships on the level of the Coca-Cola partnership they dropped the ball on? I hope so. But I'm not very confident in Aurora right now. I don't know what to be confident about. Beat says, I guess we just have to wait it out about 2 months. Jeff Nowak says, this market is so crazy. The virus stocks you have to get in and out fast and set stop losses. The virus stocks are highly risky. Max Power says, I'm holding for years. LOL. Max Power says, I only need ACB to hit 650 and I'll make 10,000. Lampaco says, baby is up 19% at $1.19. Well, at least baby's up. So, all right, guys, thank you guys for watching. I just wanted to bring you guys this news about the rate cut. I am going to look into the Namaste Bills news. So stay tuned. I'll probably come back with that shortly. I think it's big news, and I like Bills. I like Dan Balzerian, and I think as a very wealthy entrepreneur. He has tons of money and lots of rich friends. And I think Bills is going to do very well. And I like Namaste too. And I like Namaste working with Bills. So it shows that Namaste is doing big things. It shows that Bills is doing good things. And I like both. So stay tuned. I'm going to look into both and most likely bring a video on it shortly. This is your boy Rich from Rich to Be Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We bring the winners and we bring them to you first. Thank you guys for joining me. Smash the like button, comment down below, share the video everywhere. Your boy's out. Peace.